BiWeekly reading for December 1st through December 16th, 2016. Sorry to stumble. I'm just, it's been a crazy last 2 days, and I almost lost my mother today. But before I slept last night, as I was dozing off, I heard her calling out to me, and then there was a message from the nursing rehab place that she is about her condition. So hopefully, I was able to step forward along with my sister. She is now in the emergency room and going to a private room. They're working on her. She's sort of semi-conscious. She's not all there. She did not have a stroke, but was totally dehydrated, and besides an infection happening in her body, she is an older woman. But again, we don't want her to suffer. But as long as we can keep her, as long as we can, we definitely would like her to stay with us a bit longer. Unfortunately, she's in another state, and I am unable to travel there at this time. Taurus, I want to talk about a few things here. One is I get a message from Spirit that there's something that ended, something that you freed yourself from in the past, okay? And I'm getting it's this year, but it could be 2015 too. But that energy is returning now. And for some reason, I feel like you have to stand in your power once again, as I feel like that energy is returning to you. Now, whatever it was definitely difficult. It was definitely an obstacle. It had a lot of differences with it. And so you were able to get away from it. But what's happening is it's coming back and presenting itself for some reason during this cycle. And I feel that it's coming back with another message. Now, it's either coming back to test you to see how strong you are now. Excuse me, in your power, and or it has another message that may be more positive for you. And so what I'm getting from Spirit is you need to take a different look or a different approach to this situation. Okay, I'm also feeling that some of you are at this point where you're trying to free yourself from an obstacle that's going on now. But I do feel like you will empower it. But I'm also getting a message here that there's some things that you need to make an effort in perhaps changing. It has to change within you in order for it to change in someone else. And of course, they're still responsible for what they need to work on. But I feel like there are messages here for you to, I guess, take the steps forward. Okay? I'm getting this information that something wasn't working out, and it has to do with someone who's different than you. Like, I feel like maybe your relationship was influenced by your upbringing, or this could be culture, religion, or race. Or maybe one of you is more religious and the other one is more spiritual. And so what I'm feeling is, I'm not saying it's that way, but I'm giving a message that there is a difference between the two of you. It could also be that you're both living in two different countries. But I feel like there should be an opportunity to work on this. Now, I know there's a story to this, right? Excuse me. The story is, well, I've already worked on it and didn't work out. Or, it was just too difficult, just too complicated. But for some reason, this relationship is coming back. Now, whether you commit to it is a different story. But I feel the energy of this relationship, or the energy of this obstacle, it can also be work related, or it could be a family situation. But I feel like it's coming back because there's more work to be done on it. Okay? And maybe this time either they will or you will be looking at it in a different light, through different lenses, a definitely different perception on it. if you allow it to happen. Now, moving along here, I'm feeling like someone has tried to negotiate a relationship that is separated now. I feel like this relationship is either separated or it's going through a separation. Um, I feel like there's a lot of movement. For some reason, I feel like for some of you, you may have to move out, or you've asked the other person to move out. And I don't know if it's you or the partner, but I feel like there's some negotiation going on. Like there are some offers, not officers, sorry, offers. And also I'm getting like messages. So they could be email messages. They could be text messages. And I feel like this person really is trying to keep this relationship together. So that could be you, that could be them. Uh, but right now, I feel like it's got a bit of a standstill or standoffish type of energy. And you need to give it time. Just kind of float through it. And I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Send that divine energy to it through you, actually, and see if it clears some of the energy out. I feel that it will. I feel that it will. I'm getting that the two of you are soulmates. I feel like even if the other party wants to walk away or is discussing separation, I feel like even if that happens, eventually it's going to, I feel like the winds are pushing it back in. And it will definitely have a different approach. But if it does separate now, I'm not seeing the winds pushing it back in until we move through December. And of course, we have a Mercury retrograde that starts right at the end of this first BiWeekly reading. Of course, the Shadow Intense is going to be happening prior to that, which will be coming fairly soon. So you want to be clear with your communication, and definitely you want to check transportation. I'm also feeling like somebody either is getting a car repossessed or the car is breaking down. And so I feel like maybe money's a little bit tight and you're not sure exactly what you need to do. And you definitely want, if you're going to fix it, you definitely want to fix it before the Mercury retrograde. Otherwise, wait until afterwards. Because otherwise, if you do it during the Mercury retrograde, that's not going to be fixed. But there might be more fixed than actually needs to be fixed, or spending more money than needs to be spent. Okay. So I feel like there is a new relationship for Taurians, and I feel like that this is a pretty powerful relationship. I feel like it's with a water sign or a fire sign. No, I'm also getting air, so it could be actually Gemini or Aquarius, but I'm feeling like there is a relationship on the move here. I'm not sure if you met them or not, but I definitely feel that they are a soulmate. So there again, I love it. The fact that December we're having a shift anyways, and I really feel like, wow, that's great because I'm getting a lot of like reunion and reunion with twin flame and soulmate energy coming in for the month of December. That would be nice for the holidays, wouldn't it? As long as everything's going smooth. Let me pull a few more cards for you. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of water here. But I feel like there is, again, there's all these decisions. Yeah, of course, the Lovers. I'm getting that there's decisions that need to be made. And I know that some of you are bothered. Some of the relationships I'm picking up here, there has been maybe lies or maybe even deception of some kind. And, I feel like there's trust issues. And I feel like for some, the parties or the person is sorry for what they've done. But yet, I'm feeling like you're holding a grudge there. And you may have all the right to do so. But I'm just telling you what I'm picking up from Spirit and how the energy is moving here. But definitely there is a decision. I feel like for some of you, you may actually have two loves. So you're trying to decide which one's the best for you. Lucky, lucky. But yeah, there's one person who's very strong, like a leadership type of guy or gal. And the other one I'm feeling is more emotional and romantic. Where I'm feeling the fiery guy, it's not that he isn't romantic or girl, it could be man or woman that I'm seeing here. I feel like sometimes he's or she is sort of not standoffish, but more like for themselves, where they need to not be so selfish. Maybe this is Leo energy or Sagittarius I'm feeling here. But anyways, the cards look good. There's a lot of shifting of energy for you, but it's to me, it's there are things that you can work out and move forward with. Um, Children. What am I getting with children? Well, I think somebody's going to wind up being pregnant here that wasn't planning on being pregnant or is already pregnant. Okay, so if you don't want to have children right now, it's time to, you know what you need to do. You've got to be careful. Uh, but let me feel what other messages I can get here about children. I feel like maybe in some of the relationships or the energy that I discussed that children are involved in I think this back and forth or this separation, this free yourself energy I keep getting, but yet I feel like it's returning. And perhaps some of you actually too could be in discussions about custody, or maybe there have been some changes in regards to how you or the ex feel in regards to custody. I'm also feeling like someone's not paying their child support, and that's coming through really strong too. That there may be, let me get my card on that. Yeah, there you might have to actually return to court in regards to but I feel like it'll balance out. Like I feel like you'll get help from the courts and either payments will return or you'll actually start receiving them. Okay, I'm going to leave you with this, Taurus. If you like a personal reading, www.transformationandempowerment.com. Please remember to check your moon and rising. Thank you for being here. Much love and blessings.